Welcome to Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson, and joining me is Jason Eisenhunt, our Vice President of HR.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us this week. So, Jason, the topic this week?
FMLA and whether or not, because we're kind of just through the holiday season, whether or not holidays count towards FMLA or don't. We got a couple client questions on it, so we thought it'd be a good time to bring it up.
It's really interesting, too, because as we were talking about this before we started recording, it's two different answers.
Yes, exactly.
So if you aren't familiar with it, actually, this is kind of interesting how they can come up with two different answers. Just makes it that much more confusing for the average person that's going to go on FMLA.
Yes, and the Department of Labor put out an opinion letter in, I think, May of 2023. So just within the last 2 or 3 years to kind of clarify the stance on this. So basically, if a person is on FMLA, and FMLA provides 12 weeks of unpaid job protection time off.
Right. So you can, if you having a baby or whatever,
Knee replacement surgery. Yep.
and you can take up to 12 weeks unpaid, so the company does not have to pay you. Some companies do have paid leave, but this is unpaid up to 12 weeks.
Right. So now if you're having the baby, just had the baby, or have the knee replacement surgery and you need full blocks, full work weeks off, like let's say you need 2 months off and it's the mid-October to mid-December and Thanksgiving falls in there. Since you're having a full work week off that week of Thanksgiving, that holiday counts towards FMLA. So you don't get 12 weeks and a day. It doesn't extend your leave because it was a full work week and you had your time off the entire time off.
Right. So you don't get an extra. So you don't get an extra 2 days.
Right. Exactly. So now if you have a partial work week, so that one's the kind of the easy one. If you're full work week off and you've been off for a long time, no additional time off, that the holidays are counted towards FMLA.
But I'm taking off the week before Thanksgiving and
Right.
Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
I'm going to be off for 2 weeks.
So now if it comes into a partial work week, that's where the kind of the confusion enters in. So if it's a partial work week and I was scheduled to work Wednesday, I did not. I need FMLA time off on Wednesday and Thursday of Thanksgiving. It depends really if the person was scheduled to work on the holiday, if they were expected to work on the holiday, whether or not that holiday can count towards FMLA or not. It's a little confusing, and we got a nice kind of a summary to pass out to everybody or to send it through an email.
Right. So if I'm just taking that week off on FMLA and we're closed on Thursday and Friday, I'm only counting then 3 days for
So
FMLA.
if it's an entire work week, all 5 days are FMLA. But if it's a partial week, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday,
Tuesday through Thursday.
Exactly. Yep.
Tuesday through Thursday, I only have to count 2 days.
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah, the holidays don't count towards FMLA for the partial work weeks,
Right.
unless you're scheduled and expected to work.
Sounds confusing for
Yeah, we had a couple clients. We walked them through. They had a couple situations, and once we kind of give the real life examples to work through. Okay, what happened with this employee? How much time? When did the FMLA start? When did it end? So we work through this with our clients. It does get a little confusing.
when are you scheduled to work? Is it just because it's a federal holiday, you still might be scheduled to work?
Yep. Or not. Yeah,
Or
exactly.
not. Or like in our case, we're closed the day after Thanksgiving.
Yep, exactly right.
Right.
And no one's expected to work or scheduled to work on that day.
Right.
Yep.
Though a few of us are checking emails. And
Right.
So great topic, and I can see how people would be confused with the different options depending on when it is.
Yeah, reach out. Like I said, we have a nice PDF summary of everything. We're happy to send that out.
And just because that's the FMLA, we were talking to Jackson beforehand, our esteemed video editor and cameraman, that who just had a baby. Riley, another listener.
Yeah.
I don't know if he watches.
Is he a watcher?
I know he listens to the podcast though. But talking through of where their school was closed for a couple of weeks and it got extended, so employers can make a change outside of the law as well.
Yes, to be more employee generous,
Right.
more employee friendly.
So, but feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Happy to help. And HR@employco.com goes right to Jason. So happy to help with any questions.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.